Hello everyone. Today we are going to go over the tenant management. So I just logged in as one of the tenant administrator for the CentreStack system here. Just one of them because it could be a multi-tenant solution. So just logging as one of the administrator user on the system here. As you can see, the tenant administrator has multiple sections to manage, from the team folder, which is team shares, the users, the policies, reports and things. On the dashboard, there are also some more information you could look at. So the team folder, team shares, I would say it's the most important thing in the system here. A lot of time the team folder is mapped to a existing file server share with NTFS permission and Active Directory user. For the user manager, you can create native user, or you can just import users from Active Directory. And the policies that you can set the policies, and remember, the cluster administrator can define the default policy, and then the tenant administrator can define the policies for this specific tenant here. And the tenant can also do tenant-specific branding if the cluster administrator allows it to do so. And the branding is keyed by a URL. And you can also set up Active Directory if the Active Directory is in the same local area network. Or you can use server agent to proxy the Active Directory over from remote locations, and notification settings to notify the administrator or the user about things happening in the system here. And the tenant administrator can also manage the files and folders. You can publish existing folders as team folders if these folders are not coming from existing file server share with NTFS permission. You can create files and folders from scratch and turn them into team shares. You can manage different things in the files and folders view. And you can also, going back to the cluster, the tenant management view, and you can switch in between, and you can also set up two-factor authentication if you want to. So for example, you can go to the security and then go to the user account, and then you can define how you're going to enforce the two-step verification, two-factor authentication. You can also define things like the client settings. You can control the clients out there for your this is tenant level, right? So it's for your company, for the users in the same company. You can do so. And now I'm also going to log in as the cluster administrator, and then because cluster administrator by default can help the tenant administrator do the same management stuff, unless the tenant admin kind of can kick it out, right? So the cluster administrator and then the tenant administrator can negotiate and say who's managing what. And a lot of the times the cluster administrator is from the managed service provider side, one of the system admin. He a lot of the times is managing that for the company, for the tenant, and then the tenant doesn't really need to, allocate a user to do so. That's it. Thank you.